located at the Chamazi ward in Temeke district. I'm here to present to you mathematics, specifically in fraction. The last lesson we learned about fraction in areas of, we started with the introduction of fraction, types of fraction, and we tried to see some few applications of fraction. So today we are going to proceed where we ended, and then we will see what is going on in this topic called the fraction. So please take somewhere to note, to take some important notes for your future learning. Take a few minutes to prepare yourself so that you can go in a smooth way. Okay, I think everyone is ready. As I said that we are proceeding with the mathematics in fraction. The last period we discussed the meaning of fraction, types of fraction, how to name fraction, I mean writing fraction in words and writing fraction in figures. Today we are seeing that we proceed with operations of fraction. But if we begin with operations, let us remind ourselves what we discussed in the last period. We see here two types of fraction. Say improper fraction. Improper fraction is the kind of fraction whereby the numerator is greater than the denominator. In improper fraction, we say those fractions or kind of fraction whose the numerator are greater than denominators. Take that one at the end of this session. That we have two types of fraction. I mean improper and proper fraction. Now today we are going to learn about operations of fraction. But as said, in grade 4 level, we are learning addition and subtraction of fraction with the same denominator. Now, operations of fraction. The meaning of this statement or this heading is adding fraction, subtracting fraction, multiplying fraction, and dividing fraction. But for grade 4 level, we are dealing with addition of fraction, and subtraction of fraction. What kind of fraction? Fraction of the same denominator. Fraction of the same denominator. Now let us start with addition of fraction with the same denominator. Addition of fraction with the same denominator. Addition of fraction. Example, when we add fraction, example, 1/8 plus 2/8 is equal to, now we have two fractions here. The first fraction is 1/8 and the second fraction is 2/8. Now 1/8, the numerator here is 1, the denominator is 8. The numerator in our second fraction is 2, then the denominator in our second fraction is 8. We read the first fraction as 1/8 and the second fraction as 2/8. Now when you take 1/8 plus 2/8, the numerator is 1 here. The denominator is 8. The numerator is 2 here. The denominator is 8. So 8. So our denominators are the same. Do we add this one? Add 9. Put a line. Then take one off, because this is 8 and this is 8. So 8 here down of your line. Then add the numerators. Add the numerators. Our first numerator is 1 plus our second numerator is 2. Right? So 1 plus 2 is 3. Then you put this segment line. Out of down, you write 8. So 1/8 plus 2/8, the answer is 3/8. The answer is 3/8. Example 2. This was example 1. Example 2. Eleven over 20 plus 7/20 is equal to, as I said, denominators are the same. So we take 1. 11/12 plus 7/20. In adding fraction with the same denominator, take 1 down. Put underline a line. We call it a line segment, and then you put down one of the denominator. You come up to add the numerators here at the top of your line segment, like that one. So you take 11 plus 7 is 11 plus 7 is 18 over. The denominator is 20. It is already here. 20. So this fraction, the first fraction, which is 11/20, plus the second fraction, which is 7/20, is, you get up 18/20. That is how to add the same, that is how to add fraction with the same denominator. Try this one where you are. Try this one. 9/12 plus 1/12. Try this one. Try this. You have the first fraction 9/12 and the second fraction is 1/12. In these fractions here, to add this one, as I said, you put a line, and very simple, very easy. You put a line like this one, take one of your denominator. Take 1, it is 12, 12. So take 1, 12, put under your line segment there. Then after, you add the numerators. Add the numerators. Take your first numerator is 9 plus your second numerator is 1. All right? Then now, 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. Put your line segment to separate the numerator and denominator. Then 10, your denominator is 12. So the answer is 10 12th. 10 12th. This is our answer. Try this one again. Try this one, example 4. 2/4 plus 1/4 is equal to 2/4 plus 1/4. You see this one. We have the first fraction, which is 2/4, and the second fraction, which is 1/4. To add this one, because our numerator here is 2, our numerator here is 1. Our denominator here is 4, our denominator here is 4. So you will see that our denominators are the same. That's why we said adding fraction with the same denominator. So adding this one, because our denominator is 4 and here also 4. So you take 1, underline, align segment like this one. Then align segment, put the denominator 4. Then add the total segment, you add 1, 2 plus 1. Get 2 is 3. The denominator is 4. 4. Right? So 2/4 plus 1/4 is equal to 3. As I said, you can say 3/4. You can say 3/4. You can say 3/4. Right? Are we together? You can add fraction with the same denominator more than 2 or more than 3. But as long as they contain or they possess the same denominator, there is no problem. You take the denominator, you add up the denominators, then you take a common denominator. Example 5, add 1/6 plus 2/6 plus again 1/6. You see this fraction. This is a fraction. You have this fraction plus this fraction plus this fraction here. But all these fractions, they contain the same denominator. Our denominator here is 6. Our denominator in our fractions is 6. So it is very easy to add this one. Very, very easy. Very simple. How? You put a line like this one. Then you take, because the numerator is common, it's common, which is 6. So take 6, then add up the numerators. Our numerators here are 1 plus the second numerator is 2 plus our numerator is 1. So you add here 1. Now you have 1 plus 2 plus 1, which is, you get what? 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So you take 4 over our common denominator is 6. It is here already. So 6. You see? So 1 over 6 plus t over 6 plus 1 over 6 is equal to 4 over 6. Is it? Are we together up to there? It is very, very easy. One of the simplest mathematics in this world is to add or to dealing with the operations of fraction, especially with the same denominator. Because what you are dealing with is only the numerators. The denominator, you take a common. Now, subtraction of subtractions of fraction with the same denominator. Subtractions of fraction with the same denominator. The same procedures we used in adding fraction with the same denominator are the one that we are going to use in subtracting fractions with the same denominator. What changing here is only the operation sign. In addition, we added, but in subtraction, we are going to subtract. So the new concept here is only operation sign, but other things remain constant. If you understand, if you are able now to deal with addition of fraction, it will not be difficult for you in case of subtraction. Why? Simply because we use the same procedures. Let us see. Examples. Example number 1. Take 6 of 11 minus 5. This one here, right? In our question here, the first fraction is 6/11 minus 5/11, right? The numerator in the first fraction is 6. The denominator in our first fraction is 11. In our second fraction, the numerator is 5, but the denominator is the same as the denominator of the first fraction, which is 11. So you put a line segment like that one. Then you take a common denominator. Our common denominator is 11. So our common denominator is 11. So here down you put 11. Then you put 11. Then take the first fraction because it is 6/11 minus 5/11. So starting minus second numerator is 5. Then it's not grade 1 can do this one because 6 minus 5. 6 take away 5. 6 subtract 5. You have 6, then you subtract 5. Very easy. 6 minus 5 is what? You remain with 1. In the case of upper side, you remain with 1. Then put your line segment. Then down, what is your common denominator? Your common denominator is 11. Why? Because 11 is in the first fraction and 11 is in the second fraction. So our common denominator is 11. then you put it here. Very easy. Very, very simple. Very simple. Very, very simple. The answer now, if you take 6 11ths minus 5 11ths, you remain with 1 11th. Another example, maybe example 2 here. 20 over that minus, let me write here. $20 over that minus 10 over that. Who can tell us the numerator in our first fraction? Our first fraction. Our first fraction is this one, 20 over that. The numerator is 20. The denominator is 30. The numerator in our second fraction is 10. The denominator is 30. So you will see that all the denominators are the same. That's why we say we are subtracting fraction with the same denominator. The same denominator. Now, how to deal with this one? Say now, segment like that one. Then 30, 30, take only one. Take only one. Why? Because 30, 30, that's a common one. And subtract the numerator, which is 20. The numerator is 20 minus the second numerator. Then 20 minus 10. 20 minus 10. 20 minus 10, you 10. You put your line segment at 1. Then our common denominator is that. See? It's very easy. Very easy. Now it is 10 over this. If you take this one minus this fraction, this one. Another example. Example 3. 8 over 9 minus 4 over 9 is equal to. Take you now. This one. Very easy. You know the numerators. You know the numerators. The numerator is 8. The second numerator is 4. Waiting for the answer? Okay. The answer is 4 over 9. We see that we have 8 over 9. Take away 4. 8 take away 4. Then if you get for this one, for this kind of questions, you have to ask yourself why. Because this is the simplest, very easy. All about subtraction and addition of fractions with the same denominator. As I said, according to your level, grade 4, we deal with the only operations: subtraction, addition. So on, you addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, denominator, and different denominators. But before I leave assignment to do where you are, exercise question, subtractive, add fractions. Add the following: 3 over 7 over 7 plus 5 over 11, number 3, 4 over 9 plus 9. Then subtract the following. Number 1, example 1, 6 over 11 over 11, 2, 4 over 9 over 9. See you when you see me for the next session. Thank you very much for listening.